Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 61st Mayor for the City of Atlanta, the Honorable Andre Dickens.
Good afternoon, Atlanta. This is indeed the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Which one of you city council members is going to make an ordinance today to say no one should ever call us Hot Atlanta again? I want to first thank Georgia Tech, my alma mater, and President Angel Cabrera for allowing us to have this ceremony here today at Bobby Dodd Stadium. It really means a lot to me to be back in this arena to receive this honor on this campus. I want to congratulate all of the members of the Atlanta City Council and our City Council President one more time. I want to congratulate you on stepping up and making this big commitment to continue to serve the people of Atlanta. I know the work of the City Council as a former council member, and the people are counting on you to continue to passionately represent them for the next 4 years. Again, congratulations, and I look forward to working with each and every last one of you. Congratulations to the judges who were sworn in today, and I thank you for your service and for you to continue to serve the city of Atlanta well and maintain the sanctity of our justice system. Thank you to all of the other current and former elected officials here. I see in the stands here Mayor Reed. I also see Senator Warnock, Nakima Williams, Representative McBath, and so many others that are here, state representatives and current members of our legislative bodies. Thank you all for being here. You represent the cities, the state, the metro area, and this nation. And of course, I want to thank with all my heart my family and my friends. Without you and your constant support, I would not be able to stand here today. So thank you. And to all of my friends and supporters, I thank you during this really long election cycle. Finally, I want to give all praises to God for blessing me to be able to see this day. God has given me so much, and today I have simply to say, thank you, God, for blessing me with all of my heart. Thank you. I greet you all today as a native of Atlanta's Adamsville neighborhood, the son of a hard-working mother, the father of a 16-year-old daughter, a deacon in my church, a public servant, and a graduate of this esteemed university, Georgia Tech. It's remarkable to believe that almost 30 years ago today, I stood in those stands with my Kappa Alpha Psi brothers as we would usher to make money to go to college during each of the football games. We would usher in those stands. And so I stand here before you today to usher in a new day in the city of Atlanta. I greet you in the spirit of my predecessors, Ivan Allen, another Georgia Tech graduate, who is the namesake of Georgia Tech's College of Liberal Arts. who boldly testified in favor of the 1964 Civil Rights Act during a turbulent time in our country. I greet you in the spirit of Maynard Jackson, who became the first black mayor of the city of Atlanta. And he built the busiest airport in the world and created the Minority and Women Business Enterprise program that has been implemented all over the world. I greet you in the name of Ambassador and Mayor Andrew Young, who brought us the Olympic Games and whose vision of turning Atlanta into an international city has placed us on the global map. I greet you in the name of Shirley Franklin, one of my strongest supporters, the first woman to be mayor of Atlanta, and who had the temerity and the courage to restore the public trust in government and tackle the neglected issues of improving our infrastructure and creating new and vibrant institutions such as the Atlanta Beltline. I believe, as they believe, that together there is nothing that we can't accomplish, starting with redeeming the soul of Atlanta. Our true opponents are not some political competitor or some neighbor that we disagree with. No, our opponents are poverty, fear, inequality, violence, hopelessness, and homelessness. Each mayor had their burden, and mine is to bring us together to form a safe, clean, thriving city and to restore our sense of community. I also want to recognize the positive contributions of other mayors that came before me. William B. Hartsfield, who had the vision of the great airport that for the last 50 years has become the economic engine of the Southeast. Sam Massell, who ushered in MARTA and who has been a business leader in Buckhead for several decades. Bill Campbell, who was the first city councilman in the modern era to become mayor and who presided over the Centennial Olympic Games. Kasim Reed, who oversaw the building of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium and Tyler Perry Studios. And of course, my friend, Keisha Lance Bottoms, our outgoing mayor, who has had the wherewithal to steer us through the COVID-19 pandemic and defended us against a cybersecurity attack. This is an awesome list of public servants that have come before me. And so it is, with an immense amount of reflection, an immense amount of humility and honor, I hold out my hand to receive this precious baton of responsibility from these leaders. I accept this responsibility of uplifting the soul of the city of Atlanta. None of my predecessors accomplished these things by themselves, and neither can I. I want to thank Atlantans from all over the city in every neighborhood, of every race and ethnicity, of every faith, of every gender and sexual orientation, of every political background. And I want to tell you that this mayor, this city council, these judges, we see you. We are here to serve you. Together, we will write a new chapter for Atlanta, for this beautiful city in a forest, the city that W.B. Du Bois 125 years ago called the breathless city of 100 hills. This city that Mayor Ivan Allen said 55 years ago was too busy to hate. This city that all my friends said influences everything. I stand here today as living proof that a little kid from Adamsville could dare to dream to be the mayor and grow up to fulfill the dream by becoming the 61st mayor of Atlanta. My visions for Atlanta are filled with optimism. Oh, Atlanta, I'm a positive person. I always see the good in a situation when others may see the bad. I'm strong in my faith, and I truly believe that together we can conquer insurmountable odds and huge challenges. And you have my full commitment that I will work hard each and every day, from can't see morning to can't see evening, to ensure that this city is safe, is clean, and equitable for all of its citizens. First of all, as your mayor and with your help, I want to make sure that our city is safe from Bankhead to Buckhead. I want to see our city be a place where little kids can play outside without being afraid of getting shot by a random bullet, where women can stop at a gas station and pump a few gallons of gas without fear of physical intimidation, where elderly can feel empowered to come outside of their homes and can enjoy a walk in the park on a sunny day. As such, the first 100 days of my administration will be laser focused on reducing crime, with a particular emphasis on balancing our safety and justice. We will beat back the scourge of crime through my 4-step Safe Streets Atlanta plan. We will hire 250 police officers in 2022. And starting this quarter, we will train all new and existing officers in conflict resolution, de-escalation tactics, and community policing. And I will direct my police chief to remind our police officers that they are here to serve and protect. We will also focus on other technologies, like additional street lights, cameras, and shot spotter technology. We will add 10,000 street lights in every quadrant of this city to see an Atlanta that is lit up like a Christmas tree from the airport to Phipps Plaza. We will professionalize, stabilize, and enhance the technology within our 911 operations, because an emergency is just the wrong time to be put on hold. But we know that this crime does not happen in a vacuum. We must attack the root causes of crime, and that's why there needs to be a balance between safety and justice. I will begin to hire and deploy specialists to address such things as mental health challenges and homelessness, so that our officers can really focus on preventing violent crime. It is important to note that 60% of the crime that happens because of young folks between the ages of 13 and 24. So we will partner with the Atlanta public school system and with the faith community and with the community organizations across this region to expand and enhance our recreation, our job training, and our apprenticeship programs aimed specifically at our youth. It's going to take all of the community to chip in, and we must be diligent and committed in our efforts to make Atlanta a place where we can all feel safe again and where hope is yet alive. Next, I'm going to ensure that we have a clean and honest and efficient city government, where roads, sidewalks, our sewers, and our park equipment are maintained, where green space is abundant, and families, residents, and visitors can work, live, and play in peace. A city where people are engaged and excited about participating in their communities. We will give additional resources to keep Atlanta beautiful, along with the Department of Public Works, to launch Operation Clean Sweep, starting later this month, to clean up our city. I promise that I will do all that I can every day to improve the city operations and to improve the work environment for all of our city employees. I'll ride around with city workers to understand their challenges and tour the city with the city council members to learn what the neighborhoods need first and what they need most. We depend on city workers, and city workers depend on us. I will be asking our employees to follow my lead and redouble their efforts to treat all residents like the most valuable customers that they are. Atlanta, you should expect a clean and well-run city. In case you haven't heard, Atlanta is growing, but not everyone has been able to take part in this growth, and that's why we need to focus on economic inclusion. I want to see our city live up to its promises of equity. Those with dreams and talent should know that this city that makes sense, that will make a way for them to have success. I will create a new Atlanta Department of Labor to work with the private sector, the labor unions, higher education institutions, philanthropic groups, Invest Atlanta and our workforce development agencies to tackle the obstacles keeping us from full employment. We're going to work to offer students a personal development program that provides either a track to college for a college degree or to a higher paying job. There are high paying jobs in technical fields that don't require a 4-year degree. And so I want to get more young people the certifications and the soft skills that they need to thrive in the workforce. A full workforce with great paying jobs will help us overcome another major issue in Atlanta, the lack of affordable housing. The cost of housing in this city has increased by 65% since 2010. And it is a moral imperative to address this crisis. To get this right, we will consolidate and coordinate our efforts to build or preserve 20,000 units of affordable housing in the next 8 years without displacing folks in Atlanta. Relatedly, my administration will strengthen its efforts to address the city's growing number of those experiencing homelessness. We will implement a housing-first model to rehouse individuals immediately when they experience homelessness through a network of motels, hotels, shelters, and apartments. We will coordinate with Fulton and DeKalb County health departments to provide mental and physical health care to homeless residents in need of services. Finally, we will ensure that all unsheltered Atlantans who indicate readiness to work will be trained in the technical areas of need and receive help in job placement. Once again, we will increase our efforts to reduce homelessness in Atlanta. Additionally, we will create a more equitable transportation network in our city. We'll add bike lanes, sidewalks, complete streets, and yes, rail on the Atlanta Beltline. Atlanta is known as a place for diversity and inclusion, and nowhere else in this country can you find so many strong, competent, experienced, diverse leaders who are ready, willing, and able to do good business. That's why big companies like Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, and Facebook are making their way here from the West Coast. But we must ensure that these companies are hiring the untapped talent that is right here in our city. Because we have a diverse talent pool here in Atlanta that starts with our great universities like Spelman, Morehouse, Clark Atlanta, Georgia State, Emory, and yes, of course, Georgia Tech. As I've told many CEOs, I love that you build buildings in Atlanta, but I want to make sure Atlantans are in your buildings. Inclusion and equity will be the bedrock of this economic growth. Now let's talk more about the future. As you know, I'm a Georgia Tech engineer with plenty of respect for technology, and I want our city to be a shining light for what technology can mean for equity, inclusion, and democracy. Toward that end, I am calling on the technology and telecommunications industry to join the city in stamping out the digital divide and bringing the advantages of the connected city to each and every resident. Our technological future is bright. UPS and Amazon are studying innovations like autonomous vehicles, air taxis, and personal delivery robots. I want Atlanta to be the beta test site for the nation's future in transportation, logistics, and digital equity. We will be at the table for blockchain and clean energy, for baby bonds and early childhood education, for fintech, health IT, and NFTs. Innovation is the future, and we will show that Atlanta has something to say. Finally, I believe our reputation as an arts and cultural center can and should rival our reputation as a commercial, sports, and business center. To be a true international city, we will make deeper and smarter investment in arts, artists, and our cultural centers. As you have seen, my currency is trust and energy. I have already begun to travel to all parts of this city to listen to the people. And I have discovered that we all want many of the same things. We want to be safe, and we want to be heard, and we want to be respected. And we want action on the things that will enhance the quality of lives for our neighborhoods. This time, in our city's life, it reminds me of the story from the book of Nehemiah. Nehemiah was heartbroken to see that the infrastructure, the walls and the gates around the city of Jerusalem had been laying in ruins. Nehemiah was so determined that he inspired all of the people to work together to fix the gates and the walls in front of their homes. And they did so. In just 52 days, the entire wall was fully built. They chose to work together to accomplish a difficult task. They chose to unify and not to divide. And we need to choose to do the same. We don't need separate cities. I said we don't need separate cities. We must be one city with one bright future. One city with one bright future. We have survived hard times before. We've survived crime waves before. We've survived the missing and murdered children when I was growing up. We survived Lester Maddox and his axe handle. We survived the Olympic Park bombing. And we will survive the COVID-19 pandemic. And as great as our city's past has been, our future will be even greater. We are a city with great neighborhoods, great people, and great institutions. From the C.T. Martin Recreation Center to the Grant Park Farmers Market. From the Peachtree Hills to the rolling hills of Cascade Heights. From Little Five Points to Summer Hill. From Inman Park to Collier Heights. We are a city of perseverance, of hope, of love and passion. And we are determined to show the world and to even show ourselves what a great and caring and collaborative city we can be. I've told you before that I draw circles and I don't draw lines to divide us. And I'll tell you now that I don't want any lines dividing this great city. We need to believe in the power of drawing circles and coming together to move Atlanta, and I mean move all of Atlanta, to a brighter future. Let's come together, let's stay together, and let's meet these challenges together. God bless you all, and God bless Atlanta, Georgia.